So, the march last week, what an enjoyable outing. It was certainly great to be invited, and thank you to everybody that came along. Thank you for the invite, to those people that sponsored. I know there was water sponsored, there was a whole lot of people that participated and donated. Thank you. And just to see again, just such a cross section of people attend the march. It was a long walk for those of you that walked all the way. I had the privilege of being elevated and put into the back of the trailer, and just hearing the different conversations that were going on and seeing it sort of pan out in the last week is, there's a lot to be said. There's people that are for and there are people that are against, and there's very good reason for that, an understandable reason. But for me, I think that we're at a time where we've been chasing this since 2018, and for some of us, like the Fields of Green for All, Myrtle Clark, since 2010, 2013, through a hell of a lot of challenges. And to get to this point where there is a document on the President's desk, and there is a need for us to have something to be able to defend ourselves. I don't know that everything is defendable, and I don't think that we have a complete bill. That's evident, otherwise there wouldn't be the controversy. But so interesting, from the back end of just the group of people that were following the trailer that we were on, you heard the sentiments from the video going through that were don't support the bill, and then getting to the front where there certainly was, and my own voice is support the bill. Just let's, or not support the bill, but sign the bill. Let's get something signed. Let's have something to work off. Let's get the police to understand there's a signed bill and there are parameters you need to adhere to, or it's going to cost the government money. Let there be a clear signal that we've got something written down and that we can go forward from here. So we've got a little bit of footage. There were certainly, as I say, different views. Cape Town and Durban seemed to have an agenda that was around not supporting the bill. I don't know whether that's don't support, don't sign, because I certainly have my own reservations about some of it that I don't necessarily support. But to get it on paper and to get it signed, that we can get money allocated to it, energy allocated to it, a commitment from government, no more stepping up at SONA and saying, hey, I've seen, people put their children through university for the past 30 years. The time for talk is over. We need to be in a position where there's a piece of paper that we can address, that's signed, and that we can take it from there and start challenging the independent parts that we feel are not fair. But give us a voice, give us a platform, and that's about having a signed document. Have a look at this, and thank you to the other speakers that were there on the day. All of them, all points of view, I think have really good merit, and specifically to Myrtle Clark and to Trenton that were on the trailer with me at the time. Appreciate it. Fields of Green for All, Chiba, the work that you guys are doing is evident. That's why you're there. Thank you for using the platform in the right way. And that call for unity, we could be our own worst enemy. We need to start to unify and understand what the bigger picture is and how we start obtaining some ground for ourselves within South African cannabis industry. That's all I've got to say about that. I'm sure there'll be a hell of a lot more. It's a good debate. It's a big debate. Let's have it.
The other thing as well is, instead of they claim that they're taking it out of the Illicit Drugs and Trafficking Act, but they're taking a new law in the Traffic Act, the Driving Traffic Act, that now THC is a narcotic drug, a drug, and they will now claim the right for make us blow for dagga at the traffic stop.
Signed up. We have 30 people who have already sent this letter to the President. So we have been sending regularly to your office's emails this letter, and I've got a copy of it for you in this packet, and I also have a copy of the Cannabis for Private Purposes bill in this packet as well, that we have torn up. We do not contract with the Cannabis for Private Purposes bill. The states may never apply it to us because we do not contract with the Cannabis for Private Purposes bill. We must take it back to to the people and the leaders in our community to write our own bill and tender it forward to the Constitutional Court to be checked for constitutionality, and the President can sign the bill that is written by the people.
What do we want? When do we want it? Now, legalize it.
The memorandum has been signed and officially accepted. Everything that has been mentioned, we ask that our government acknowledge. When you take this to the presidency's office, we ask that these points are acknowledged on behalf of the cannabis community. The Global Cannabis March happens every year, and our message has not changed over the last few years of my involvement at least. And so we ask you to take this, and we ask for an answer or a response at least. Because we are asking for inclusion, and it's about time that we start opening ourselves to this idea of working with. We understand that we are not included, but we also need to learn. So we need to be there to learn. So we call for inclusion, we call for engagement.
The whole purpose of this is to popularize the growth of the plant, same as any other bean and tomato. If you can walk into the shop and buy bean seeds, why not buy cannabis plants?
I want full freedom for the plant, bro. I want us to grow as many as we can. I want us to enjoy the plant responsibly, obviously.
The Global Cannabis March is not just about celebrating a plant. It's about championing the fundamental of rights of individuals to make choices for their own bodies and lives. It's about recognizing the medicinal benefits and economic potential and the cultural significance of cannabis. To our Honourable Mayor's Office, the JMPD Police and the SAPS, thank you for working with us today. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for joining this historic day. Your presence sends a powerful message that our voices are being heard at all levels of government. We appreciate your willingness to engage with our community and listen to our concerns. Together, we can walk towards policies that reflect the will of people and uphold principles and injustice. And to all of you, let's march!
On Freedom Day, we also going to make Ganza free. We will plant it everywhere in our yards. So if the police come and ask you, why are you growing Ganza? You say, go to the king at the Union Building. I am giving the instructions.
We are allowed to diagnose, to prescribe and heal without getting permission from SAPRA or the police. Therefore, we need to be given space to have our own Izindumba or clinics or pharmacies where we freely trade and heal with our meds, all of it, including helping our patients with cannabis as raw as it is.
Thank you. What an honor to be standing on this trailer and addressing these people. We need more voice. We need definitely more volume. We call on all cannabis users across the globe, across the spectrum, across all demographic classifications, across all sectors of employment and unemployment. I'm talking to doctors, lawyers, accountants, cashiers, petrol attendants, musicians, celebrities, CEOs, nurses, government employees, ministers, both presidency and the church. Stand up for our rights. You have bigger voices, bigger audiences, bigger influence. We need you. Not next week, not next month, not next year, now. From today. In and around your offices, in and around your circles of friends, and in and around your families. Stand up.
members of the South African Police Services, whether you're JMPD or the Hawks, you're one of us. Stand down on arrests. Prosecutors, judges, stand down on prosecutions and sentencing. Speak out at your local level. You're arresting and criminalizing your brothers, your sisters, your mothers, your fathers, and soon your children. You are one of us. Be one of us. Let me turn to the all-powerful President Cyril Ramaphosa. Not once, but twice in Parliament, you praised the cannabis opportunity for our bleeding nation. With a little chortle at the fact that families have put their children through school and universities with the proceeds of cannabis. In that single sentence, you acknowledge that we are, and that you are aware of the industry, of the plight of those people for at least 30 years, that your ANC government has bungled almost every opportunity to come your way. Yet you still stand and you do nothing. You have long since had the pen. You now have the paper right in front of you. Stand up for one. Stand up for all. Sign it. The President has spoken. Let our plant and our industry live in prosperity and freedom. Today in unity, we light up to send you an international smoke signal. Sign it! Sign it! Sign it! Sign it!
It is time that we stopped fighting and started working really hard. The time for protesting and marching is over. We need constructive engagement between us as a community and between us and the government. It's not going to happen unless we sign the bill. We need to sign this bill in order to make progress and not go backwards. What I'd really love for everybody to do right now is take a moment and light one up for Jules. I love you all madly.
We also must remember that we are at war with Big Pharma, with tobacco companies, with alcohol companies, all the companies that want to slow this down. There is no logic in prohibition anymore. There is no science for prohibition anymore. It is time for us to liberate this plant for all of us and for the legacy farmers in this country and the IKS people in this country and all of the tribes that have kept the spirit of cannabis alive and made us